Today we're presenting the Wenatchee Mini Maker Faire, which is basically a giant show and tell. It's an opportunity for inventors, small business owners, students, and teachers to showcase their innovation and creativity. We have everything from drones and robotics to pottery, a planetarium, and felt crafting. So we love the Wenatchee Mini Maker Faire because it's an opportunity for people to showcase what they're not normally able to do. This is the second year of the Wenatchee Mini Maker Faire. This movement started 2 years ago through the leadership of local Wenatchee High School students, Ethan, Story, and Silas. And their dream was to bring a maker experience that's seen in Seattle, San Francisco, New York City to our area in Wenatchee, Washington. This is our second year. It's been passed on to 9 new high school students who have led and orchestrated all aspects of the exhibit. Everything from our marketing and advertising to volunteering today with setting it up. So this is both a nonprofit-led event, but it's also a way for us to lead students in teaching them how to run an event and engage the community. The reason GWADA and the Apple STEM Network is passionate about supporting the Mini Maker Faire is it's an opportunity for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math to come to light in the community. So this is an opportunity for us to not only bring out students who are working in those fields or educators and professionals, but to gain general interest in the community. STEM careers, especially in technology, are jobs for the 21st century. So the more that we can do in the community to just heighten and reinforce influence around that, we're really passionate about.
I became part of this network 2 or 3 years now when I proposed a makerspace in Wenatchee to the city. And it was just a little idea I'd come up with off reading some articles about making small makerspaces, and I've just become involved in all of the different areas from there. A makerspace is, I guess the best way to put it is it's a STEM classroom for learning. Anyone just comes in, does whatever they want. People who know what they're doing can help teach people who don't know everything. It's a space with all the equipment that costs so much and allows people to come and work.
This is more hands-on learning, and we get to do, we basically work on this to the point where we will actually learn this like people get a job. We learn a lot of stuff like how to work a 3D printer, like calibrating it and scanning and printing and all sorts of other stuff. Not only do we do that, but we also we actually take apart a computer and we put it back together. We also play with drones and build our own drones, like this one right here. And later on, we're going to be 3D printing our own frame so we can actually make our own drones and be able to fly them.
Washington State is the #1 STEM economy in the nation, and we have a skills gap coming up on the horizon that there's an estimated 25,000 jobs that will go unfilled throughout Washington State that are STEM jobs. And Washington STEM exists to make sure that Washington students are eligible and prepared for those jobs at all levels. So one of the things that our regions are all focusing on is what we call career-connected learning, and that's really embedding career-connected learning in the classroom and out-of-school space so students know what STEM jobs look like in their community. STEM jobs in Wenatchee look different than STEM jobs in Vancouver or Spokane, and so we want to make sure that students know what's going on and that there are important STEM jobs that they can grow up and work in.
We've been doing STEM for over half a dozen years now. It starts in kindergarten. Our foundation partners with our school district. We do competitive events that are team-based, where kids build things of all different types. They're recognized for teamwork, for success, for using science, technology, engineering, math skills throughout the activities. That transitions into our secondary vocational programs, CTE programs, and then the programs we partnership with Wenatchee Valley College on. I think it has 2 benefits. First, I think it helps young people connect with K-12, with education, with their teachers, with school, with content. It also opens up career paths. A lot of young people haven't always had experience with tools and building things, being able to have things that work, things that don't work, take them apart and rebuild them. So I think it's a very safe environment to experiment in those areas that they prepare to make those choices of how they want to spend their career.
We really work with the K-12, our K-12 districts in actually throughout our district, which there are quite a few of them. And what we do is try to help them understand what a career in a STEM area can be. And so we bring them on campus when they're very young, including middle schoolers and high schoolers, to show them the possibilities in STEM. Well, the STEM initiative really pushes to the jobs of the future, whether it be a 4-year or a higher degree, or whether it be a 2-year degree in a technical field where students can get out and work right away. They're good jobs, they're family wage jobs, and so to be educated in math, science, engineering, it just makes a lot of sense.
So today we are pleased to announce the first installment of a 2-year implementation grant, along with some additional funds that will allow for STEM activities to support teachers and the community to help build upon the existing STEM culture in the region. So our first, the $200,000 grant, but our first installment today is for $111,000.
Last fall, we actually received a planning grant through Washington STEM to see if we had a need for and could use a regional STEM network, and that's science, technology, engineering, and math. And what we did was we brought together a group of leaders from 3 school districts, Kashmir, Eastmont, and Wenatchee school districts, the North Central ESD, Guada, and then Wenatchee Valley College, and a handful of community partners like the PUD and the ports. And we all met in a really intensive planning process for the last year, putting together a business plan for our STEM network. And we submitted then this year to Washington STEM that business plan in hopes of getting implementation funding.
And we did!
And we got it!
Yes, we're very excited that we were just awarded today a $110,000 grant from Washington STEM, which is a statewide nonprofit supporting STEM education around our state. And we're just really honored to have received this award from Washington STEM, that they recognize the investment we value in education in North Central Washington and the infrastructure that we're developing to support our students from pre-K all the way up through post-secondary and into industry. And at Guada, we're especially excited about this opportunity to really provide a great way to connect industry with education so that we can have employees for jobs of the 21st century.
It's important to note too that the money that's coming in is not the entire funding for the Apple STEM network. This is going to support, but it's being matched locally, 1-to-1. So all of these partners have agreed to contribute an investment that is going to match that $100,000 investment, and we'll use these funds to support some coordinating positions to be able to do some bigger events and some planning and kind of coordinate regional efforts, but we're also going to directly support STEM programs for students all the way from K, early learning,
yes,
before kindergarten, all the way through to the college age, and really provide some support for students on those pathways by creating some pathways and some awareness for them to take. And then we're supporting teachers with this as well. So they have a big task. They have to tackle these topics that come out at a breakneck pace. And so we want to support them in learning some of the ways that they can bring the technology into their classrooms.
And we want to mention that Wenatchee Valley College is our backbone behind this organization, and we're so lucky to have a post-secondary institution that has great programs right here in Wenatchee, Washington, that is really recognizing the importance of this initiative and supporting Kashmir, Wenatchee, and Eastmont school districts, along with the support from the North Central Education Service District. So this is a huge collaborative effort, a big success for our area, and we're just so excited to move forward.
I'd say it's definitely helped me expand what my focuses are. I have moved from a very small programming focus to a more wide do-it-yourself focus.